Right, so Cascas. Well, it's not exactly the same because we got like some cool little islands and a different trade route. Hunt. Okay, okay. Yeah, looks good. So we got Xand3r as Portugal and IILUMINAT as Korea for the third match. Xand3r plays ports more often, so he should be more comfortable with this matchup. Although we have previously seen a Portugal versus Korea matchup with Jorge and JZ, and Korea had a dominating victory. However, that was on a non-water map. So hopefully we can see some better highlights for Portugal in this match. Check highlights for previous. Alright, I upload all videos separately, keep that in mind. Let me just get that in chat. Alright, there we go. So Korea with the 2 explorers coming in near for this 95 wood treasure. Korea needs a lot of wood, so he's probably going to try and get this green sheep over here. But Korean home city water flag has actually spawned all the way there for some reason. Right. So both civilizations are actually pretty powerful on water. Korea has the ability of increasing the attack and, well, just general stats of their ships by the amount of every military building their opponent controls. And if I remember correctly, they can actually get up to 4 docks. They also have a wonder that allows them to destroy all ships in a selected radius. So explorers still going about. 3 villages are already being forwarded, so it looks like IILUMINAT is going for yet another aggressive style of game. But the Portuguese explorer will spot this. So let's just hope he noticed that. Alright, we're getting a wonder. That looks like the fort. That'll probably be the fort wonder to get some map control out. That was a very loud wolf howl indeed. Alrighty, so on every age up, Portugal does get a free caravel, so that allows Portugal to get some early water pressure as well as being able to fish with them quite early. They also have pretty decent water cards. He does have a few water cards present, so yeah, we can definitely see him focusing some later ages with having some defense and possibilities in the early ages, but also having lots of Dragoon and Cazador cards. So he ages up with the 200 coin plus outpost wagon, getting his town center relatively nearby his first. So yes, the first wonder was definitely the Hwaseong fortress that will have a cannon shot. So for the time being, this area is pretty much IILUMINAT. Right. Outposts going down, so it's essentially a little fortified building zone over here. Essentially, if you pass this trade route, you're in trouble with either one player or the other. Getting the fires. Alright, so the reason for the 3 villages is now apparent: to build the wonder faster, get the shipments, have the resources being collected ahead in the map, and also get down many buildings. So we got the caravels going down, a double lock going down, so Xand3r's focus will now be switching towards the water, which is a smart move for the time being, with IILUMINAT controlling essentially half the map from this kind of point and towards his base, where Xand3r's essentially limited behind this trade route almost. He will be getting a stable early. He knows the Korean Myeonggung Doom stack pretty well, and he will probably getting some hussars early. But I would recommend him to go for some infantry as well, not repeating the same mistake as he did with the Germany versus Korean matchup. And as we can see, he does get Dagper Spearmen first, so not the archers but the pikes first. So hussars are in trouble. Let's give a look at IILUMINAT's deck here. Right, so no export when he goes for Hermit Kingdom, but yes, it looks like an overall land aggressive deck with no water cards. So his focus will be on land. So yeah, meanwhile, Korea at this side of the map is quite relaxed, easily accessing all this stuff. Looks like 700 food has dropped, 15 spearmen at the moment, whereas Xand3r only has a stable and making a second stable even. Perhaps he's going for a fast fortress and then we'll focus on goons. So hoping that he is able to pull that off. I don't see spearmen being the assaulting focus, to be honest. So I don't see spearmen alone doing a raid. Yeah, so we got a lot of food crates coming in. That will allow steady villager production, as well as from all the fishing boats over here collecting food. He should have enough surplus for the 1200 food age up cost. So only 2 archers so far. He probably will change his focus. Let's see if he gets any other shipments. He does see the trade post here. He might decide to siege that. Yep, the spearmen are now coming in with a 42 siege, a bit higher than the normal 40 siege pikes. But yeah, there we go. The siege begins. It will go down in 4 volleys, it seems. That's the second volley, third volley. Alright, it's gonna be 5 volleys, I guess, or something. Nope, it goes down in 4 volleys. So that's actually a bad indicator. That means he can probably take down this outpost, as well as his town center and then his houses, in just a few hits. Looks like more archers are coming out. He's about at 12 archers. So at this point in time, he will be entering. Now he has enough military units to attack. Xand3r, on the other hand, has none. So this pretty much guarantees the fact that he is going for a fast fortress into goons. But the problem is, Myeonggungs are 20 range units with, well, they counter goons. And they do it pretty well. These villages are going for this town center rather than this town center. Yep, that's age 3 for Xand3r. Getting the 3rd town center also pretty nearby. Alright, things aren't looking too great. Hopefully he is trading some units. He can get Castadors out as well. Castadors would be quite good at the moment if he can mass Castadors, as they have 60% range resist, and would be great against these pikes and being able to resist the Myeongungs at the same time. So if he goes for a Castador plus Goon combination, he can take down the Spearmen with the Goons quite easily, and the Myeongungs with the Castadors quite easily. Getting the Organ Guns down. Some archers do go down. The second stable is about to die without producing any units. Oh, he stops the siege, going for the Organ Guns. Organ Guns aren't doing too much for Xand3r, actually. Yeah, sadly not too much damage. Some more Minutemen coming out. No Goons, no Hussars, no nothing so far. Another stable going out behind the town center. The archers are essentially down, but there's a lot of spearmen still in the game. Sadly, the villagers do go on the far side of the town center when it dies. Looks like Xand3r did not set the waypoint for villagers. These villagers will be going for this dead hunt here, pretty much exposed to all these spearmen. Looks like they will turn to safety. An option for Xand3r could be to actually occupy these islands for the time being and just hang on to his water economy. It's still not over for Xand3r, as he can really focus on water instead. But yes, as mentioned before, the spearman count is very high, whereas the archer count is down to 1, so he can focus on goons and go for kiting. Right, some line infantry coming. I sadly must disagree quite greatly with his choice for line infantry. That's a lot of spearmen. Yep, now he has the area of effect card in, so each spearman will do area damage. He really needs more goons to do this properly, though. I'm not sure why I can't see the speed of each unit. That's a bit odd. So he is making many more houses, but I'd really recommend just garrisoning a village over here to get his population, or even military units out safely and then returning to land. I don't know why he's trying to build everything right under the spearmen. Right, so splitting some spearmen, making it easier to kill. The line infantry will die to those 2 archers as they are countered. Caravel incoming. Yes, villagers will finally run into the caravels. Come on. The pathing is quite odd. Very odd pathing. What is it happening? He should have probably used the caravel before with his attack against those spearmen. He can get on land again over here quite safely. I would recommend that, as there are some trees present on each island, so he can still gather wood with his villagers while the fishing boats get the food and coin. But Xand3r does resign.